Hello, I'm Isabella De Sanctis and this is my video on Victorian era. The Victorian era, the period of Queen Victoria's reign from 1837 until 1901, was characterized for its advances in technology, science, and engineering, such as the first railway system and the development of the Industrial Revolution. Although women were treated very different than these days, this topic got my attention, so I will talk about women in the Victorian era. Women were considered made for the house and family. As soon as they got married, they were property of their husband. They weren't considered able for work, although in the lower classes, they had to work as servants, nurses, or dressmakers in order to have enough money to survive. The ones who had the opportunity to work and to study will have to work as teachers for the high-class children. Unfortunately, the ones who didn't have the opportunity to study had to work as prostitutes. And a fun fact is that prostitutes were the only ones who wore makeup, because makeup was considered tacky. The only purpose for women in life was to get married, so they were educated to be quiet, to be innocent, to learn how to play many instruments, and to speak many languages too. The Victorian era brought evolution for women in many aspects, but one of the most important was the property law that assured that if a woman got divorced, everything she owned and every children she had will still belong to her. As soon as a woman got married, her body belonged to her husband, and she wouldn't be able to complain even if she got molested. Divorce was a really difficult scenario because it wasn't socially approved. And a fun fact is that women couldn't play any sports until the 19th century, when a famous doctor discovered that playing sports and working out was good for women's health. Before that time, people thought that if a woman played sports, she could lose the opportunity to have children. Another fun fact is that S.D. Powers, a journalist who made a book of recommendation for tips of beauty for women, said in the book that if you wanted to have a small waist, for example, you'll have to eat a worm that will eat everything you inherit. This was very dangerous considering these worms could grow as long as 9 meters. Another tip was that if you wanted to have pale skin, because having a white skin color was a symbol of high status, you'll have to put arsenic in your skin, and that was very dangerous too. That could burn your whole skin. So, in spite of what women had to go through in the Victorian era, it was very important because it was when the basis of the equal rights fight between men and women started. So, thanks to those bad things that happened to women in that time, we now live as free women that can work out, and dress with whatever we want to dress and be free. Now I'll show you some pictures of women in the Victorian era, working, taking care of their family, and of Queen Victoria's family. Thank you. These show some high-class children, a nurse, and Queen Victoria and her family.